Welcome to another edition of the MMA Complex. Today is
June 8th.
June 8th, 2017. And we have a brand new episode. What's going on, man?
What's going on? And you're pretty sick, right?
I'm a little under the weather. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you feeling better? What's going on?
Today, out of the last couple of days, since maybe Sunday, this past Sunday, today I feel okay. I feel okay. It came out of nowhere. I went out on Saturday night. Went out with some friends. It was pretty cold and foggy where we were at, and I rarely get sick. If I don't remember the last time I got sick, and then um, yeah, the next day I was just so tired. I was like, I didn't even want to do anything, and I was like, why am I so tired? And then I was like, I must have gotten sick, and then I started realizing, yeah, I got sick.
Yeah, it seems like I'm always getting sick. So I know how you feel,
Yeah.
man. It's terrible, especially. I think sore throats are the worst to get.
Yeah, and this one, yeah, I mean, I had a little bit of a sore throat.
Stuffy nose. It takes forever for me. For stuffy nose for me
It's
to end.
more of a stuffy nose and just the overall achy, tired feeling.
Yeah, like phlegm.
Yeah, that,
Oh, I hate
yeah.
phlegm.
And especially like if I'm at work and I got to talk to people and then like it start like halfway through the conversation, my throat starts itching or whatever, and I'm like,
Oh, that sucks.
it's horrible.
It's horrible. What have you been up to, man?
Nothing. Just had the weekend off. Visited family. Got to see some friends I haven't seen in a while, and it's kind of overall mostly relaxed. Um, had the weekend off, and that was pretty much it. And watched some fights, and that's it. Yeah. What about you?
Dude, I've never been to the movie theater so many times in my life.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
It's oh my God. I mean, I don't mind it, but I mean, every brand new movie that comes out that I've seen,
You've seen,
that,
yeah, you've
that,
seen all of them pretty much.
that's never been the case. Like we used to go to movies, like only on
Special occasions.
special occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm going every week.
Like
to
a
these
Star
young
Wars
movies.
movie or like a comic book movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to movies every week, and there's more to come. I think the Spider-Man coming up, and the store coming up. So
Wonder Woman just passed.
yeah,
I saw that one.
it was what it is. But
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about this a little earlier. We both saw it probably like the same day, I think.
yeah, I saw I think I saw
Friday?
it on a Friday. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I liked it. I thought it was, yeah, I think we agreed it was a little bit too long. It was
Yeah.
a little over 2 hours. You could have took off that extra, 10 minutes off.
Yeah, for sure. There was a lot of scenes. I think too, like the scenes with the I forgot the guy's name.
Can't give it away. Don't spoil it.
The
No
dude's
spoilers.
name, the guy that she's involved with in the movie. I don't know.
Yeah, I know
yeah.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
There's a lot of scenes. Too many scenes with him. Too much back and forth with him too.
No, you don't like it. You didn't like Chris Pine. Chris Pine.
No, he was good. I just meant some of the scenes of them, being silly with each other was unnecessary.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, it just there's some scenes in there that just didn't. I mean, the flow of it, especially in the middle of the movie, I thought could have gone a little bit quicker.
I enjoyed the origin story.
I like the origin part too.
Yeah.
I thought the whole beginning part of the movie
It was good.
was really good. There was just that I guess you could call it the second act right before the final stuff.
That ending was like, I was like already.
I was tired by the
I was
ending.
knocking out, man.
Yeah. I saw it kind of late, and the movie was a little long, but it got a lot of really good reviews, and I get it. I wouldn't necessarily call it
A bad movie.
a bad movie. No,
No, it's not.
it was a good movie. I mean, but I wouldn't say it was like as good as people are really claiming it to be. But I mean, I can see if the whole DC universe, the recent DC movies like Suicide Squad, Batman vs Superman, and this one, this is probably one of the better ones.
Yeah. I actually saw it on Thursday. I remember. Yeah. We were gonna go to the dine-in AMC, but we ended up going to the La Puente Hills.
Okay.
Yeah.
You went in
Because they had a time slot that was decent, and I took your recommendation. I went to Banana Bay. It was.
Yeah, have you been there before?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I was always the third wheel when you guys went.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, we've been there before.
Yeah. But no, like it was cheap. I think it's like spent less than $30 for both of us.
And they're big plates, so
Yeah,
it's like,
and the fact that she eats so little was great for me.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then did you take some home?
No, I'm fat. I ate the whole thing myself.
Yeah.
And Yeah, and then we just kind of walked around. I think we went to round one to kill
Oh
time,
yes,
and
yes.
then we went to go see a
Little,
movie after.
uh, little arcade and bowling. Did you? What did you do?
We just I think we played I think we played Mario Kart a couple times.
It's very
Um,
Asian themed in there.
yeah, basketball and deal no deal. Yeah, very yeah. Like all the Asians are just dancing
Yeah.
away.
What Dance
Eh,
Dance Revolution or
yeah, I don't know
yeah.
how people can do that. Like I'd be so embarrassed.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it
It's
either.
it's
Yeah.
it's like
Well, even
a
like the little claw machines are all like really they're all like Asian themed, like anime
yeah.
gifs.
Everything's very small. The prizes lit
Yeah.
up. Yeah, it's
It's a cool
fun.
place. I like it. It's a little local place, a little Asian community in there around there. Um, but yeah,
Banana Bay's
that's
awesome.
cool. Yeah, Banana Bay is great. So Thai food.
Good stuff.
It's a really big place, really nice place. Open late.
I think they open till like
Happy hour starts at
11.
10. I
Yeah,
think.
or midnight, huh? They open till like midnight.
I think they're open to like yeah, at least midnight, 1 o'clock. They're open late, and then yeah, they have happy hour from like 10 to close or like 9 to close.
Yeah, cool, man.
But it's all
Good
good.
spot.
But yeah, no, I haven't seen anything. Last movie I saw was Logan, and then I saw Wonder Woman, and that's about it. I haven't seen anything else in between yet.
Yeah, I seen Logan. I saw Wonder Woman, Alien, Pirates of the
Pirates.
Caribbean.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Ghost in the Shell. Like all those movies.
I haven't seen anything. Which one was your favorite so far?
I think Pirates. I really enjoyed
Pirates.
Pirates.
I told you you like
Yeah,
Pirates. This is the first Pirates you've seen.
yeah. No, I
I was
didn't see
like,
another one's my first.
they're fun. I think it was like that's number 5 or 6. I think in the series. I think
Yeah,
5.
five. I think believe it five. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good, man.
yeah. They're all fairly. I think they should be all fairly the same. I mean, in terms of like the feel of them. From
Yeah, no, it
movies.
was a very fun movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was picking out too because we went to Johnny AMC for that.
Mm. And then to get to the fights, I mean, there's UFC 212 over the weekend.
Hmm.
Max Holloway walking away as a champ, defeating Jose Aldo in the third round. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, TKO.
Hmm.
Um, Overall, it was like I would say probably Aldo was winning the first 2 rounds for the most part, and then
Hmm.
Holloway just pretty much picked it up after towards the end of the second, and then definitely finished him off in the third.
Yeah, I mean, I felt he won the second. Holloway.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah, I think the first one was obviously Aldo,
yeah,
but I think once Holloway uh got his timing down and kind of like because Jose it seemed like Jose Aldo kind of faded
yeah,
like at the end of the second or the middle of the second round,
yeah.
and he got comfortable and he just kind of started throwing his power shots, and a lot of people were surprised by all those lack of leg kicks. It was pretty much like a boxing match, and then Holloway got the best of it. He was a bigger guy in there, and he got his timing down. And once he got his timing down, it was all Holloway.
I'm wondering why the lack of leg kicks. You know, because the last couple of fights he hasn't really thrown too many. So I wonder why.
It's I know he was talking about going into boxing and being a professional boxer. Maybe he just wanted to prove that his boxing was good.
But then he got beat
But
on the feet.
yeah,
It's like,
I mean one of his faults has always been his conditioning, and
yeah.
that kind of showed in this fight.
And the fact that Holloway's a very active striker, very accurate, and taller,
Yeah,
a bigger opponent.
and very very aggressive too.
And if you look at his last opponents, the last person he lost to was obviously Conor McGregor, who was a bigger guy than him
Yeah,
too,
that was 4 years ago.
and a good striker.
Yeah,
So, I mean, he does well when guys are like, I guess, maybe around his size or smaller.
yeah.
And
Well, that
last,
fight too went to the decision, and that was 4 years ago. I think a fight between those two guys would be a lot different today.
like who? Conor?
Between Connor and Holloway, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, Conor and Holloway. Yeah. No.
Talking about
No.
Jose.
I'll talk about Conor
Oh.
and Jose.
Okay.
And where Jose, the last two, he's only lost twice in the last 10 years. Both of them been to bigger strikers,
Mm.
and I mean that, and he's at the end of those 10 years. I mean, in terms of like, he's in his prime now, you would say, but he's been in the game for so long that I think his prime
Was in his
it
early
was in
years.
his earlier years,
Mm.
where Holloway's barely starting his career, and or at least picking up steam, and yeah, with Jose Aldo, he's in his prime age, but he's got a lot of miles in him, almost like how Shogun was.
Mm,
where Shogun dominated for
yeah,
like
and Pride,
forever.
yeah.
I mean, probably not as dominant as Jose,
In regards to the UFC,
but
it
yeah,
showed,
by the
yeah.
time he got to his 30s, he was kind of already worn out a bit, and
Hmm.
I think that might be what's happening to Jose. Maybe he needs to take some time
Maybe,
off. I don't know.
but I think this is the best case scenario. I think having Jose Aldo as champion, people kind of question that championship because he got
Yeah.
beat by Conor McGregor, who was the champion of that division.
Hmm.
But I think with Holloway winning the title, I see that as a legitimate title only because Conor hasn't defended that title for a year. So usually,
Yeah.
if a champion doesn't do it in a year, they would strip him. So I think that
I think it's been
I
it's about a year.
yeah, and then so and Max Holloway did lose to Conor, but that was 4 years ago. So I mean I mean it's I see Max Holloway as a legitimate 145-pound champion.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think he, him over, especially because Jose lost the
The way he
the way
did.
he did. I mean, yes, he defended it against Frankie in pretty dominant fashion. Um, and this was the next fight here, but yeah, I would agree. I think Holloway is a little bit more of a like a definite champion of
Well,
the
that
division,
yeah, and Holloway's been
and
on
he's
a
grown so much.
yeah, he's grown so much. And I think he started fighting at age 18. I think he was like
Yeah,
19 when he had his first or his second UFC fight. He's now on an 11 fight win streak. He's
hmm
25 years old. I think he's legit.
yeah, and he's
So,
well rounded, tall, big for the division, excellent striker, great
oh, great
cardio.
personality too. That
Yeah,
personality's
great
been coming out.
personality.
He's
Very
it's crazy.
approachable person too, because he's been on the show.
Yeah.
It's been almost like a year to this around this time.
Yeah, because I think yeah, I actually went back and listened to that interview. I think we are talking about a fight between him and Frankie at the time, and
What? It was at an Invicta event that we got him,
yeah, because he
but
was there seeing Raquel, Pe-
yeah, Paluhe.
no Palomino, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So we caught him, I think at the weigh-ins of that show.
was it Cyborg's last fight in Invicta, or one of her last fights in Invicta? Right?
Yeah, yeah, I remember it was like at the weigh-ins.
It was yeah.
Yeah, it was Cyborg. I think
Was Cyborg there?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and Megan Anderson made her U.S. debut.
Yes, that was yeah, yeah. And then that was Cyborg, one of her last Invicta fights over here in Orange County.
Yeah, because we interviewed Tito right after.
Yeah, we interviewed Tito right after,
Yeah,
and that was yes, that
that was
was
good.
when I remember Tito in that interview. He was talking about Trump,
Yeah, and he's gonna vote for him.
and yeah,
And I wonder how he feels about
and
Trump
that
now
was
with all
early
this.
on. He was a Trump supporter from early on, and he was
Yeah,
like, "Yeah, I'm Mexican, but this and this and this." I'm like,
yeah. Well, how do you feel about it now? Seeing how everything played out in
yeah,
this.
seeing how like everything's playing out now. But a lot of his strongest supporters are. I don't even want to get into that stuff, but when even a lot of his strongest supporters are, they still
They're blind.
they're still like in denial, pretty much
Oh
about all the
yeah,
shit
there's a
that's
guy at
going
work
on.
that I talked to. He's completely in denial.
Yeah, and he hasn't done. I mean, if
It's
you look,
almost like they have the same Trump mentality. Like they label everything like
yeah,
Trump, like fake media.
fake media, and
When it
it's all a witch hunt,
when it's crazy because I mean it's everything that I mean, it's proof in the pudding. You know.
and they're obviously not paying attention because you look at anything that he's done as of late, which is pretty much nothing, and what he's been trying to do has just all been damaging. I mean, and the people that he's put in place to oversee some of these things that are supposed to look out for the people are just are incompetent and just not in not serving the best interests of the people. They're all out to
Protect him.
protect him or and out for their own interests. And I mean,
It's showing.
from every every department, every whatever, from education to whatever. I mean, it's just a mess.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Now back to fighting.
not back to fighting, but yeah, that interview with Tito, yeah, he talked about that. That was early on, I think, when Trump's campaign was kind of starting to kick off, and
Yeah. And I remember
um,
during the interview, we asked him about, him and Frankie, and it's crazy because like now, and by Holloway
with
winning the
Holloway,
fight,
yeah.
it was Frankie Edgar's best situation.
At that time, Holloway was injured. I think he just had hand surgery,
Hand
right?
surgery, yeah,
That was around that time. So
yeah,
yeah, a lot has happened since then, and I think it might have been over a year ago. Yeah, almost a year and a half, almost 2 years. I
maybe.
don't remember how long we've been doing this.
But no, it's crazy because Frankie, you look at Frankie Edgar now. I think he's in line for that title shot, considering his last
Yeah,
win against Yeah, Rodriguez.
I mean, yeah, especially because Frankie's always
He's always there.
he's always there.
He's always the number two in his division.
If you match him up, I mean, obviously people are kind of tired of seeing him match up against title fights, but he's almost
He's like a Uriah
he's like a
Faber,
Uriah Faber. He's always there. He always beats everybody else,
but the champion.
but the champion.
Yeah, it sucks, but yeah, I don't know. That's a great fight.
But he was a champion at one time, so and defended it. So
You know, you look at the media, and people want that fight in Hawaii, and because obviously because of Holloway, and I think it'll be a stadium fight. It'll be a huge fight.
they should.
Frankie's down to do it in Hawaii,
I think they should do it in Hawaii.
and it'll be epic. I think imagine going to Hawaii to cover a fight. It'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
So
awesome.
it's good for everybody involved. I think the UFC has said in the past that it's kind of expensive to hold a fight there, but I think the UFC should just do it. I think they can sell a lot of pay-per-view events. I think Frankie Edgar is the right guy.
Yeah,
I think going to that fight with Holloway, going to Hawaii, he'll be a bigger star coming out of it.
maybe the fact that they have a Hawaiian champion, they'll kind of work with the UFC a little bit
Yeah.
better in terms of coming up with the
And the
deal.
fact that Frankie Edgar beat the other Hawaiian hero in BJ Penn,
Yeah,
it's a great story to tell. And I think it's nothing but good in all parts of the fight.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, well, the other person who's asking for a title shot is also Cub Swanson, who's saying that if
Yeah.
Aldo would have won, then Cub would have pretty much for sure got the next title shot, and not Frankie, because obviously Aldo just beat Frankie. Um, so I mean, I kind of agree with him in that assessment that he is probably the next in line. I mean, I think Frankie has a case because he beat Yair, and the fact that him and Holloway haven't matched up yet, and
That's exactly
Holloway beat Swanson already, right? No, Frankie beat Swanson.
yeah.
But I don't know if Holloway beat Swanson. Did it?
Yeah, no, Holloway beat him already.
Yeah, so
That's why it's a fresh matchup, and
it's a
that's why
fresh matchup. I think
that's what they
for
go.
Holloway, it's a fresh matchup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost the same thing. Like if Wilder would have won, Frankie wouldn't get the title shot. It would have been Cub. It's
It
the
would
same
have been
thing.
Cub. Yeah,
They're doing it because of the fresh matchup and the fact that it's a rematch. But I think if if Holloway gets past Edgar, then yeah, Cub is definitely the
Cub.
next guy. But I agree with the booking. I think Frankie should be the next guy
yeah, and
because of the winner.
let's see where they do it. I mean, obviously the UFC, I don't think has plans to go to the UFC or to Hawaii this year. Not yet. I mean, they might be able to book something before the end of the year.
If not, a hometown fight at MSG would be great too.
Yeah, that's true. They
But
could
it'd
they
be
could do
kind
it
of
in
messed up for the
MSG.
champion.
They would. I mean, I mean, just go on neutral ground and
Vegas.
go to Vegas. That probably
It's
the
so
best thing.
generic.
Yeah, I'm not even like pumped for anytime they go to Vegas now because it's at the T-Mobile Arena, and I mean it's a bigger arena, and it's less intimate than like the Mandalay or the MGM.
Yeah, because I mean those venues you can sit anywhere and have
Yeah,
a
you
good
could sit
seat.
anywhere and you'd be fine. And they were big fights, and it's obviously a historic arena, especially with the MGM. And then, but now that they're at the T-Mobile, they pretty much have a deal with T-Mobile, and that's where they pretty much have all their big fights. And I mean, I'm not like unless because obviously it's more expensive to sit closer up if you're not covering the fight, and yeah, it's just it's
And usually big fights are super expensive.
and
Double
then
the
big fights are
price.
super expensive, and then if you're getting nosebleeds or whatever, it's
Is
just
it
not
really
worth
worth
it.
it?
It's not
Yeah.
worth it at all.
Plus a trip over there. Plus
It's not worth it. No, I mean, if it's something that you don't really care too much about, and you want to get some cheap tickets and nosebleeds, then cool. But I'm sure you won't mind. But
yeah.
if you really want to see the fight, I wouldn't. I mean, unless you want to shell out some big money, T-Mobile's like, not the place to go.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, in other news, you had a lot of drama going on with Demetrius Johnson. All right, I mean, I don't know if you got to read his statement or see his.
It's a very long statement. I
It's
read
a very
it all.
long statement, but it's really good. And his interview with Ariel, what'd you think about all of it?
I felt bad for DJ. I think it's very transparent what's going on with him in the UFC, or just with the UFC in general. How they kind of bully people to get what they want, and Dana White is a scumbag. He's like it's almost like I told you before. It's almost like Trump. Like everything. as the weeks go on, you find out more dirt on the UFC and the brass, and just like they look really bad.
Yeah.
And the fact that Dana White kind of giving an ultimatum, like you better either you take this fight or your division goes away.
Hmm.
That's to me, it's unprofessional and being a bully. Um, I think DJ should, you know, people are saying that he's scared to fight TJ, but that's not the
No.
case. I think DJ is smart and he's gonna fight someone that's uh, a 125-pound fighter, not someone who he's afraid that TJ won't make that weight. And and I mean, let's be honest. I think Gray Borg is the easier opponent to get that breaking record title defense
Yeah.
than TJ.
Yeah.
Not saying that TJ is can steamroll over DJ, but I think DJ versus um, his next opponent would be an easier fight for him to win to have that record. And
Yeah.
I think having that record is important to DJ. I think after he breaks that record, he can fight either Cody or TJ. But
Yeah.
the fact that TJ and Dana White are kind of like trying to bully, DJ to agree to this fight it's sad. And it's making both TJ and Dana White like scumbags.
I think so too. I mean, you look at TJ on UFC tonight,
Yeah,
talking about like, oh, he can make the weight, it's no problem, and he thinks it's important for DJ's legacy to fight him, and
like come on.
it's like, come on, it's not that important. You know, your fight fell through. You're trying to like, maintain some level of hype or
But he
whatever.
wants he wants a title.
Yeah, he wants a title, and the fact that the Cody fight fell through, and in the middle of, yeah, tough airing, with all the drama between them, I think he's just trying to capitalize on the fact that like he's in the news right now, especially with tough going on, um, and he just wants a title, and he sees that you know Demetrius is looking for an opponent. Actually, Demetrius already knows who he wants to fight, but the UFC wants him to fight somebody else, and UFC also has an investment in TJ just because of the tough. See, I think it just all revolves around, you know, the drama from tough. They don't want that to be meaningless. They want to still get something out of it. They want to give TJ a big fight, and because he's the only one left from the show that is able to fight right now. So it's all they're trying to do, and it's stupid. It's very transparent. We see it,
Yeah, we see right
and
through it.
and then I think with DJ's statement, I don't know if he would have made that statement a few years ago when the UFC was still what it was. I mean, I don't know if he would have made that same statement, but the fact that the UFC is the way it is now does not necessarily, you know, the owners aren't really around or as connected with the fighters as they were before. So the fact that you got a champ like this one, like DJ speaking out now, I mean, it goes to show you that the kind of relationship between the UFC and its fighters is falling apart.
One, the fact that Dana White went on the UFC Unfiltered podcast and was kind of speaking out against DJ.
Yeah,
Like you don't do that to your fighters.
no,
I mean, what kind of example is that? I think Ray Borg should fight for the title. I think after that fight, he has an option to fight either Cody or DJ. And I
yeah,
know DJ said he wants to fight Cody, and Cody wants to fight him as well. But yeah, the fight doesn't make any sense. I think you know having TJ and DJ fight each other. I mean, it's a big fight, but
yeah,
is it really?
yeah,
I mean, I think the UFC isn't promoting him enough. I think let's be honest. I mean, DJ sells more when he's on that co-main event slot with a big fight in front of him.
mhm, yeah,
Just do that, or because I think the Fox. I think he doesn't draw that many ratings, but when you put him with the big main event, obviously he can make some money doing that. So just
yeah,
do that. I think that it's unfair, and hopefully, I know what's gonna happen. I think
yeah.
I don't know if the UFC can legally do what they're doing. Can they?
Like where they get rid of a division, or they just.
Yeah, like getting that kind of ultimatum and force someone to fight.
I think because they have him under contract, and they could pretty much put him on ice, and that's it.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
horrible.
it's also his fault for signing such a long contract because I think he's got 6 fights left on his
Oh
contract.
my god, yeah, he's
I mean, you're
screwed.
stuck. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, and that's why he's saying, "Oh, I could just go get a job." I'm like, "You're gonna have to because you're not gonna fight."
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, it's unfortunate. I mean, and then you see like a lot of this stuff. I think it just confirms what people already thought about the UFC and how they handled certain
Yeah.
fighters and certain fights, or how they negotiated, especially with Dana. Um, yeah, I think his statement. I'm wondering many more champions are really going to speak out like this, and I think a lot of people have already. Um, but the fact that it just makes with TJ being involved too, and him coming out and in support of that fight, it just it kind of almost being the UFC's another extension of the UFC's negotiation tactics. It doesn't make him look good at all. Just sit back, wait for Cody, and then let that fight happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's also a problem with that Tough Show too. I mean,
Yeah.
if it wasn't for that Tough Show, I don't think we have that much drama. But the
No.
fact that it's playing now, like these two hate each other, and the UFC needs that main event
Yeah.
for the July card. That's why. I
Yep.
mean, they should just get rid of Tough. I mean, it's not doing. It's not like
No. No
producing.
one's no one's watching
No
it
one's
that I
watching
know of.
it.
We're not
Yeah,
watching it.
I started watching it a long time ago.
I sometimes I catch some of the yeah. Again, I think we talked about that. I catch the highlights on like YouTube. And that's
Yeah,
pretty much it for me.
and it's not like Tough's like producing any champions or any good fighters. They're
No, no.
not.
I mean,
So
no, no. I mean, nobody yet. I mean, they've put out some good people, but nobody that's made any waves recently.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
so
and from what I heard, it costs a lot of money to produce.
yeah.
So
And this
and
season
then
has like veterans,
yeah,
older fighters. So
yeah.
I don't know.
So it's not producing like ratings. It costs a lot of money to produce, and you get stuff like this where the show's still going on, yet the fight's not going to happen at the end.
I don't really see
You don't get
this.
that payoff.
Yeah, I don't really see the show lasting past
I mean, it's
the new TV contract,
yeah. I mean,
whatever
that's
that
gonna
may
be
be.
interesting to see. You know, whoever picks them up, picks up the UFC next. And then just, I mean, I'd get rid of that show.
Yeah, or I mean, I still kind of would like to see them try the live version again, like some type of like Big Brother style.
Yeah, or they're gonna do what they're gonna do now. Tuesday night contender fights, where they have like
Yeah,
local fighters fight and get noticed, and then they will kind of move up the rankings.
yeah, that's true.
They can
But
just do that.
but if they did decide to keep Tough around, I would like them to see try that again. Do the whole live camera, live feed in the house. Um, every Friday night they have fights.
But yeah, it'd be kind of difficult to do the live feed in the house because cussing and whatever.
Oh yeah,
whatnot.
it would have to be it would have to
That part
be
has to be taped.
well it would have to be well because they do it on like CBS when they air and I think they just bleep it out so it would have to be taped in
Delayed.
a way or delayed. It would have to be delayed.
Mm.
Yeah, but I don't know how they do it on because I haven't seen any of those shows in a long time. But I don't know how they do it. But I know people cuss and then they
Because
probably just bleep it
last
out.
time they did a live version, that whole house thing was taped, and only the fights were live.
Yeah, which I mean that wouldn't be too bad if they just go back to that format
Yeah, because it'd
because
be kind of hard to tape live with the house because
yeah.
there'd be times where nothing's going on, and they'd
Nothing's
kind of
going
be
on.
going on the couch and sleeping
Yeah.
and not doing.
Or even be a little bit more interactive where they could have a live feed on like the Tough website and you could just kind of see them doing nothing. You know what I mean?
it's kind of creepy.
It's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy, but I think make fans a little bit more active because if that I knew that was going on,
Yeah,
I'd probably go on there and let's see what's going on in the Tough house right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
I think that's a good idea. I don't know. That would be interesting. I'm just
sounds
seeing
kind of
them.
expensive.
It seems expensive, but like do like 24-hour live feed on like Tough website, and I would check it out. I'd be like, hey, let's see what's going on,
Yeah,
and then
or let's go back to the
it's
old
just them
format
in the
and
kitchen. You know what I mean? But
eating,
yeah,
jerking off, doing something.
basically.
But yeah,
Um,
you can go to the old format where they do
and then
taped.
the live fights.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
tape house. Yeah, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that they probably edit out from the house.
Yeah, I think if they want to bring fans back in, I think that's probably the best way because what affected them before was the fact that like a lot of the results would get leaked, and then the big fights like Cody and TJ would fall through, and we knew it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So
So why finish out the
why even
series?
finish as a series? So people lose interest because they know that fight's not even going to happen. So it's like
And then at the end of the show, they kind of hype up a fight that's not going to happen.
that's not going to happen.
So they're lying to their
Yeah,
audience.
yeah. So it's like pointless to even continue to watch, really.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that format that they had before, I think would be a good way to bring back in. And then I would, again, if they pick it up, that whole 24-hour live feed from the house, I think that'd be cool.
All right.
But yeah, with DJ, I mean, you already have like Daniel Cormier saying that he thinks that DJ should get paid $1 million or so to fight um, TJ.
At least.
At least, he's a champion. He's already going to break the
He-
record,
He's risking a lot too.
and
It's a
he's
big
risking a
risk.
lot just to make the UFC happy.
Mhm.
He's risking a lot. So I agree with Daniel Cormier on that one. I think he should get paid what he's worth. Now let's just get to fight picks.
Yeah.
We have one big fight this weekend.
Special-
You also have a Glory, I think, going
Yeah.
on this
Oh,
weekend
that's
too.
right. In Paris, right?
Yeah. So Glory, I think it might be 42. I don't remember the number. That's taking place this weekend. I think you got Nikki Holtzkin on there.
Yeah.
That's on UFC Fight Pass.
And this fight is actually going to be the UFC fight is going to be actually on Sunday.
Yeah, and this UFC fight is on Sunday. It's UFC Fight Night 110. It's Derek Lewis versus Mark Hunt. It's a big one right there. I think Derek Lewis asked for this fight. I can see why, because I mean Mark Hunt's on he's a big name and he's a little bit on the losing streak right now. So I mean,
Smart booking for him.
it's the best time to get him. We'll probably go with. I think we could probably just talk about the main event.
Yeah, I agree.
You got some good people on this undercard though. You have Dominic Steele, you have Tim Elliott, you have Henrique da Silva, who has been on the show, is a former guest right there.
Mhm.
You have
Person.
Dan Hooker. You have Derek Brunson against Daniel Kelly. It's a good card. It's an entertaining card. Got some good fights on there. But Derek Lewis versus Mark Hunt in the main event. Who do you have for this fight?
I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna pick the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. He's young, and seeing his fight against Travis Brown and the shots that he took, and he kept going forward, considering he broke a rib, was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm always super impressed with him. He has power. He's like a Terminator almost. Although I'm acknowledging that Mark Hunt is a heavy hitter, so it'll be a test for the Black Beast to see if he can take Mark Hunt's punches. But Mark Hunt, he saw the lawsuit, in the background, a lot of things on his mind.
Yeah.
He's up there in age, and he hasn't been fighting well, to be honest, in his past couple of fights. And he's entering this fight with a young stud and Derek Lewis. So I'm gonna pick Derek Lewis.
Yeah, I'm gonna exact same reason as Derek Lewis. I think he's obviously on a roll. He's a big, powerful young guy, very confident, and I think this is probably one of his biggest tests right here against Mark Hunt. But again, Mark Hunt is 40 plus maybe now. Last couple of fights hasn't been going that well for him. He's on a downhill in terms of his career. But with Mark Hunt, I mean, he could always pick it back up. But
yeah, for sure.
And he's always dangerous for sure. But with the size and skill and just the style of fighting that Derek Lewis has, I think it's going to be tough for Mark Hunt to fight a young guy like this who's almost as big and stocky and probably even a little bit quicker than him.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I like Derek Lewis. I think he's probably going to. I wouldn't doubt if he even stops Mark Hunt.
That's how I see it happening in TKO.
Yeah, at least a TKO. I mean, he's gonna probably put it on him. I think early on. But again, we've seen Derek Lewis get knocked out before. Mark Hunt has that power. You never know, and he's very tough. He could take a lot of shots and then maybe just land one on Derek Lewis. So that's a possibility. But that's this weekend, June 10th, UFC Fight Night. That's on FS1. And I think it's a 10 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Pacific in the evening, and it's in New Zealand. So that's it, man. Good show. Looking forward to next week's show too. We'll probably have some good guests on that one. This weekend it's just us two, and the people. But yeah, go to themmacomplex.com. Make sure you go pick up our shirts and look out for our on social media. We're gonna be putting up a contest especially on Instagram. Take a look at our Instagram, and we're gonna put something out very soon about maybe winning a couple shirts and some goodies. Also, go to hollerrockgear.com, use the promo code complex15 and get 15% off your order.
Yes, and follow us on social media. You can follow me on Twitter, MMA Complex James, JYMZ. You can follow him on Twitter, MMA Complex Josh. You can follow the show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, especially on Instagram, because again, we'll be announcing a future contest, so look out for that. And yeah, it's gonna be a good fight between Hunt and Lewis. Josh and I are gonna recap all the action from this weekend's card, and hopefully get some couple guests for you guys. But until then, enjoy your week, enjoy the fights.